Good evening. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up for a pretty active, wild little week, isn't it? August 30th, 2023. So, as we look at the markets, tomorrow you're going to go into the income and spending data from the public, the PCE numbers we're going to get. Friday, we get the all-important jobs report. So far, I'm seeing guesses around 170,000 new jobs. That's less than the 187,000. The estimate so far, and I'll get new updates on this tomorrow, I think, is about 3.5% unemployment and wage growth about 0.3% for the month. That seems to be what is coming in. Now, August has come back, and in some of the indices, you've cut the losses better than in half. That's pretty important. Can they hold up? Don't know. Will we see end of the month where you sell off again or something? Folks, this is such a thin trade that all I can tell you is I watch sometimes, and it can be a minute or two in markets that should be trading one after the other before I see a new quote come up, and the volumes are ones. They're not 10 lots, 20 lots, anything like that. They're very, very small, and that is typical as you go into the Labor Day holiday. People are enjoying the rest of their summer. We lost a lot of traders in Florida, obviously, to the hurricane damage that's been done down there. I saw the water, the surges, breathtaking to say the least, and my heart goes out to all those people. I just don't want to see people die. Property can be recovered, and even that, it just takes your breath away. It's terrible. So I've been through it. I didn't go through it like that, thank God, but I know what it is. Without the power, you can't go outside. The rain and the winds are so bad. It's a scary situation. All right. What is scary, of course, is this a change? Was this a bounce after a prolonged break in stock indices? Is the market really believe that the dollar has peaked out and so on? Well, we certainly hit what I'm going to call the inflection point, and that came about with the JOLTS data that we just had, and now we have to see if the other two reports that come out do anything. Certainly seeing ADP as one number. Tomorrow we get Challenger Gray. That's another set of numbers that we'll get on corporate layoffs. And they all come together and put together parts of the puzzle where the Fed either says, hey, I'm winning. We're starting to see labor numbers fall. The amount of openings aren't there. The increases in wages are minor. They're not what they used to be. Oh, are they? Let me tell you what bothers me. Auto workers want a 46% pay increase. Let's come back to this, and we'll come back here in a minute. 46% pay increase. We just saw UPS workers, they could make $180,000 a year. FedEx has given more money recently. I can go on and on. I don't know what's going to happen here with everything. I don't know what's going to happen with the writer's strike that's going on. But what I do know is I don't see prices going down except mine. I lowered the price of everything you've got here. Let me lean you into this since I screwed it up anyways. To 40% off, and the sale ends right away. I will not do a 40% off sale again this year. That isn't going to happen. I don't know if I'll do one again ever. All right? It's been very successful, but I think I gave away the store. If you're interested in my yearly research, boom. Instead of paying the normal price, 40 off on all the products. Charting courses. So if my course is $120, I'm giving you $48 off it. And remember, you start the course whenever you want. Go to our website. That's one way to see all this. Let me take you right there, since I screwed up. And I did. I didn't mean to do this just now. And you go under either education or research, one of these two, right over there. It all explains it. I'm not offering 40 off on the daily research where you try it for 30 days and you get an introductory price to begin with, and I'm taking 40% off of that. It isn't going to happen, all right? I'm not giving away the store that much. I am redoing, just so you know, my new full charting course as we talk. I worked on it today probably 2 hours, so I already know where I'm at. I know the price is going up on it. I know that what I typically do is if you've bought the courses in a past year and I redo a course, I give another discount to you, a big one on the new course. So you'd be foolish not to buy the full charting course now because the price is going to go up at least 20%, maybe more than that on them. I put a lot of effort. It'll take me 2 months to finish the course, and then I want a big buck for it. So can't be any simpler than that. And now you're getting 40% off on the old one, and I'm going to give you a discount on the other. Pretty good deal. All right. How do you get it? Move your cursor to the top up here. Go to the website, iraepstein.com. And there's only a day or two left, and I won't be talking about this anymore. And I'm pissed at myself for offering what I did. I'm saying infliction, not infection. Infliction point was this week. By the way, speaking of infection, COVID is spreading in Chicago at a pretty good clip. So it's in the news every single day. We went and checked our tests, our COVID tests. They're all expired, of course, and now you got to go out and buy them. The government doesn't give them to you. And they are really pushing in Chicago. We get the flu season, we get all this. They want everybody protected, but it's too soon to take all those shots. It'll probably be later in September, beginning of October, but I'll bet that there's plenty of people that do it. And I know there's a lot of you that don't believe in it. That's fine. I don't push my beliefs on you, and I get a bunch of you that write, and you don't push your beliefs on me. You just don't believe in it, and I respect it. End of discussion. All right. So the Fed is not going to drop interest rates. The inflection point can be they go into the pause because the lag effect has taken over and things are going to get a lot better. And that means the stock traders are going to come out buying. They're going to say, that's it, game is over. Okay, you might be a little early. I don't know, because what often happens is you get a wobble. Remember what happens in labor at this time of the year in a major part of the United States. We don't all live in Florida and California or Texas. A lot of us live in the center, the north, and it gets cold. So everything having to do with outside help gets cut back, except for snowplow people and the others. But you don't have lifeguards. You don't have the kids at camp anymore. Outdoor servers at restaurants, no. Other events outside, no. The ballparks, other than football, closed down, and soccer. That's it, all right? So things change, and they change now. Because those type of businesses, the crowds go away in the resort areas, and they start hunkering in, and game's over. All those people go back to school, the kids, so on. So the employment rolls drop. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Doesn't mean unemployment claims go up. Everything changes. It is seasonal. People forget this so much because so many people live in the beautiful weather where you don't have to worry about it. And then us snowbirds go down there and you're always mad that we're crowding up everything. When I look at Exxon, here's what I'm saying. Number one, we have a problem still in Australia. I have not seen that these strikes for natural gas have been resolved. If they don't, and they start striking there, then our natural gas and other parts of the world get into play because people will need the product and they can't get it from that part of the Asian basin. That's how it works. Number two, the Saudis are already saying they're going to extend again the cuts. Now, we know that Venezuela is producing now more oil, and Iran. Is that making up the difference? I don't know. If Russia cheats, it changes the game. I don't know that they are or aren't. I can't answer that question. But Exxon, it's certainly congestion in sideways action. When we take a look, the trend has got higher lows, higher highs. The market fought a battle, came into key moving average of the 100 in green, 107.75, the 200, 109.02, and the 18 at 108.87, and has moved away from them over the past week, not day, over the past week as the market came down and back up. The resistance is right above us. That's why I don't know that you can go anywhere. 112.14 is the upper Bollinger Band. If you're a student, the Bollinger Band's in sideways action. The odds of staying over the band is about 5% of the time. It can do it, but it's rare that it does. And I don't think this band is that narrow to make the market want to run. You've been here for a long time. What it did is it ratcheted up a little bit, but it hasn't given you a breakout like it did back here when the market took off to the upside. And then it gave it all back, as you can see, in quick order. Momentum-wise, the market's on tomorrow. Any steady to higher market, the way that slow stochastics work, you'll be overbought territory. Overbought, hitting that band, I'd be a bit cautious. What do you think this is of that has fallen apart like this? Went just now, from the equivalent here in the $50 range, and all of a sudden the stock is $12.73 tonight, and that's an uptick. AMC. After a 10-for-1 split, so the charts all, I love what our chart service does. It does adjust everything back for you so that it shows what it would have been through all this, and it's got a bearish embedded reading. Folks, don't like what I'm seeing at all. UGA, this has nothing to do with me. Some quotes are coming in bad. I had this happen the other night. I don't know why this is happening, but I'm going to report it to the vendor. XLF, a tight range here, stuck at the 18-day average. It should be wider, but when that bad data comes in, it sometimes throws the charts, even the following one, off. See what I'm getting here? Let's see if I can get the ones that won't do that. I think we're probably past most of it. Higher lows, higher highs in Walmart. Well, it's looking good. I doubt it's going anywhere beyond this. I don't see what would carry it. The Bollinger Band top, you're not overbought yet, so there's room here with support at 159.05. In Boeing, you're at a resistance point. Now, we know that China needs more airlines. The problem is, do they need them now, the planes that they bought? I mean, their economy is just shrinking away. They can't seem to get anything going. Everything they're trying just isn't enough. I don't know how to say that any clearer. It's not enough. Even today, I'm watching their big property developer, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, countrywide, offering shares of a vastly depleted stock to lenders that'll take it in lieu of paying, because they may go broke. They need help. If they've got to make these payments, they go under. And does the state come to their rescue? No. What the state has said is, we'll help you if you want to buy a mortgage. Who in their right mind is buying a new home in China right now when you're scared of everything going on? The economy's coming in. You're in a fight with the West. You've buddied up with Russia. I hope you do well with it, but I don't think it's the right thing. They need to rethink. XHB, the home builders. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday, the day before. Barron's carried a phenomenal article showing why new home builders, not existing home sales, new home builders have advantages. And one of them is, have you ever heard of buying down the front end of a mortgage? Where you come into your builder and you say, hey, blah, blah, he's already got his price jacked up, and everybody says, well, I can do this, but I can't afford that 7.25% mortgage. He comes up with a way to say, if I work with you on this, I might be able to get it down 4.5%, 5% mortgage for the first year. It might have to creep a little on the second too, but eventually you're going to go back to rates. Does that interest you? And it should, John. I'm just using the word John. Because you can refinance, and I don't think rates will be there 2 years from now. Okay, that sounds good, Harry. And that's what they're able to do, and that keeps the game going. Remember what I told you. When we saw rates going up, I said, home builders are savvy. If they're still in business, they know the game. I have seen this. How many of you bought? I mean, when you're my age, you've had a couple of houses already. And they know what they're doing. Now, new home builders have an edge off existing. There are games, though, for existing home builders. Seller financing. Who says you got to get a mortgage rate at 7.25%? I'll buy that place from you. I'll give you X amount down, but you're carrying that not at 7.25%. You want to sell this thing? Give it to me at 5%. There's games you can do, folks. Use them. You can see the noise I'm getting with some of these quotes. I wish I knew why that's going on, but I can't operate that way, that's for certain. How am I going to repeat it? I apologize, but it's not me. You can see how the market is just sitting here, making moves, if you will, right now. All right, interesting, but don't know what's going on there in terms of copper. I don't think it's going anywhere. I wish I could have done those other charts, but I can't. TLT, well, it's taking the cue from the pause, the inflection point. And suddenly, instead of the market going down and keep saying day after day, oh, those rates are going to stay high, we might even go higher, the market flipped on you. And I mean, it was an instant flip where now everybody's going, I don't want to be short anymore. I'm not convinced you're getting a lot of new buyers. You're overbought, and I see problems at 97.47. But bearish is out the door. That's an important thing. The dollar seems to be coming down here, playing a game. We will see what goes on with that. Then FXE. Again, I'm getting those bad quotes. And I promise you, I'm going to make a recording of this and send it to the people that I work with and let them figure out what they have to do to get this all right. But in the dollar, you're approaching an oversold territory, so be a bit cautious with it, all right? Wish I could get this to operate the way that I want for you. I'm just not able to do it. I'm going to go back one and see if it'll come to us and fix it. That's not doing it, and I'll see if the others did, because I'd love to cover it. I can't when I got a bad quote. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day. Sorry about this. I'm going to send it right on to people, and I'll get it fixed for you. Take care.